Students. This is Mr. Everson, not in my basement for once. And today we're starting our final module on South Asia. We're going to be talking about South Asia and urbanization, which means the growth of cities. And South Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Southeast Asia, is the place in the world with the most large cities and those cities are growing. Delhi, that you see pictured here, is an example. It's 30 million plus people. It's going to be 40 million plus people by 2035. So we're going to be talking about cities in South Asia, and that's just a chart showing you the growth of Delhi. We're going to be identifying patterns in population distribution over time and explain the global trend toward urbanization. So population distribution means how population is spread out across space. Where do people live? And we're going to be talking about how there's a global trend toward urbanization that, like, all around the world, people have been moving towards cities. You can see that this map shows you the largest cities by population in the world in 2010, so 10 years ago. And you can see that we've got two of them in the United States. Go USA. I'm kidding. Los Angeles and New York City. You can see that South America has Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires, which are three of the largest. But if you look over in Asia, you can see that Japan has two, China has two, and South Asia, the region that we're talking about, India has Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. Pakistan has Karachi. Bangladesh has Dhaka. If you look 40 years into the future, actually at this point 30 years into the future, you can see that the cities in India are only growing larger. And you can see that by 2100, that all of the world's largest cities are going to be in the southern hemisphere, that they're going to be located in South Asia and also in Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa has a large number of growing cities as well. They're not very big yet, but their population trends seem to indicate that, in the next 100 years, they're going to reach that size. So why do cities grow? Well, we've talked about this when we talked about population, but we'll go back and review it, shall we? Natural increase is just the natural shift in population based on birth rates and death rates. And if you have more births than deaths, then your population goes up, right? More people born than people who die, your population will increase. In 2020, you can see here that 67,000 babies were born on New Year's Day in India. And by 2050, 25% of India's population will be over 60, which is a low percentage. So India's population is getting younger and larger just naturally, just from the rate of the birth rate. Another reason why cities grow is migration. And this means usually, we talked about migration as well, but migration in this case is usually happening because of jobs, because of economic opportunity. People are moving from rural places to urban areas. And sometimes people are moving from abroad to a new place. So people who come to India are typically coming from neighboring countries like Bangladesh and Pakistan and Nepal, and they're coming for economic opportunity. They're coming so that they can get to a city and have a job where they will earn more money. So a megacity, which is what we're really talking about this week, are cities that have over 10 million inhabitants. By 2030, there are projected to be 41 megacities, 41 cities with over 10 million inhabitants. There were only 3 in 1975. So the population is growing quite rapidly. And many developing countries have megacities, like Karachi, Pakistan, Lagos, Nigeria, which we talked about when we did Sub-Saharan Africa, and Dhaka, Bangladesh. These are all developing countries that have economies that are growing and becoming more industrial and starting to move into the secondary sector of their economy. And so people are flocking to the cities and the population is going up. And there are a lot of challenges and benefits of having megacities in your country. If you have a lot of people all in the same place, that's going to generate a lot of trash, a lot of pollution. Also, there tends to be in these megacities a large gap between the very rich and the very poor. So there's not a whole lot of fairness and equity. Benefits, people move to these cities for jobs. And once everybody's there, it's easier to educate them. It's easy, you have better access to clean water and sewage. You have better access to good health care, and you can take advantage of mass transit, public transportation. Um, so there are two videos on Canvas. I know you're watching three videos today. The first video is the one that you're watching right now. And then on Canvas, there are these videos with questions embedded on them on urbanization. And you just need to answer the questions as they pop up. And Canvas will record that you did that. And then I'll go and check and I'll give you your points. And there will be two more sections to this module for you to complete. But this is the first lesson. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.